Walking Stick Library presents Who Pays for Your Senators with your librarian hostess with the mostest, Eileen Kramer. And don't forget, you can catch us live on Twitch 6 days a week.
We're not going to catch our breath inside. I can show you the next topic. This was given to me by Christian Northrup, who is one of the Information Dirty Dozen. This was put on Twitter by somebody named Farm Girl Carrie. I can see the little watermark in there. This is Senator Elizabeth Warren. And she looks angry because this is the look you get when you realize your big pharma gravy train is heading off a very deep cliff. What this picture is doing is calling Elizabeth Warren, who is a Democratic senator from Massachusetts, also called a pharma shill, which means that she's bought and paid for by contributions from pharmaceuticals companies. Now, in the United States, I'll give you a little background because you probably don't know it. Senators, congressmen, presidential candidates, governors, state senators can all receive contributions from corporations and organizations. They just can. We had a Supreme Court case called Citizens United versus the United States, and the court decided that campaign donations are free speech, which is protected by the U.S. Constitution. So if a big company wants to give a candidate for Senate money, that's fine. If a political action committee, which is an organization, wants to give money, to which people give money, and then the political action committee gives money, we can do it that way too. And this is corrupt. On the other hand, you can find out about this. What we're going to do is go to a website called Open Secrets. And I'm going to go to Google, and we're going to go to Open Secrets. Contributions. Thank you. And this is opensecrets.org. And this is great because you can find where politicians get their money from. Campaign finance in the U.S. is public. You understanding what we're doing here? Now, somebody called, our friend Farm Girl Carrie called Elizabeth Warren, senator from Massachusetts, a pharma whore. In other words, she is going to defend pharmaceutical companies because she gets big contributions from them. Let's look at her and see who we get. Elizabeth Warren. I've been here before. I did test this. Go. Elizabeth Warren campaign finance summary. Let's have a look. And we can also do just the Open Secrets part and the campaign finance summary. I haven't done the Open Secrets part. And this is data for 2024. It's campaign committee only. So these are direct donors to her campaign. Who donates? Harvard University, Google, which is you'd expect, MIT, Boston, these are all located in Massachusetts, Apple, University of Michigan, the Blue Haven Initiative. I have no idea what that is. University of Washington. You have to get down to number 9 before it's Kaiser Permanente. And she has received, we can actually get this here. She's received $3.5 million in donations. She has, her largest donation was from a university. Now they do research that leads to pharmaceuticals. And you can see here that individuals, these organizations did not give money to a political action committee, PAC for short. The top industries that support her are retired people, that's things like the AARP, education, Democratic liberal political action committees, health professionals. Again, they're way down near the bottom. And civil servants. And we can play around with this and make it both. This is her leadership PACs. Let's see how we did. No data found. She does not do PACs. So we have a pretty good idea who her biggest contributors are. And as you work down here, I don't see SmithGlaxoKline. I see the U.S. Postal Service. I see people who work for the U.S. government. I don't know who the Blue Haven Initiative is. So let's go have a look at those people. I'm going to get Google. I'm going to get Bing up. We get tired of Google. Blue Haven Initiative. Okay, Blue Haven Initiative is Investing for Profit and Purpose, an innovative family office dedicated to putting wealth to work with competitive returns and meaningful impact. So they're an investment company. She's got a wealthy, so I don't see, except for Kaiser, I don't see anything medically related here. So, not true. Unless you want to consider that a lot of R&D for medications is done at universities. So you could consider her a science whore or a science shill. That doesn't sound as bad. I don't know. We can switch politicians. Now over here, I've got a list of everybody who testified at the Robert F. Kennedy Jr. hearing. He is we don't know if he will be confirmed by the Senate. He is a terrible choice for Health and Human Services because he doesn't know some very basic things. He is also anti-vax, and yes, we get clowns in our government. It's just the U.S. government thing. Now, we can take a look at some of these and see where they get their money from. I'm going to look for somebody who is a Republican here. And I don't want to do Murkowski because she is from Alaska. Let's do Rand Paul. He's a good one. Okay, Howard Paul is an American politician serving as a junior United States Senator from Kentucky. He is Republican. See the R down here? Okay, we need to get somebody from the opposite party. So let's get Rand Paul up here. Okay. Let's get his campaign finance summary up for everybody to see. There he is. And again, he has a surplus because he raised a lot of money this year. I think this may have been his year to run. They tend to raise more money when they're actually running. They're on 6-year cycles. The House of Representatives is different. It runs on, which is the other legislative body here, it runs on 2-year cycles. Now she gets more, he has 5.4 million. Elizabeth Warren had 3 point something. His top contributor was the Senate Conservatives Fund, $200,000. So this is, they gave him 196, 186 was through individuals, 10,000 went through a political action committee so that those donors' names don't appear. The Club for Growth, which by the way is a conservative PAC, 1,200 through PACs, 133 through individuals. Happiness Communities, I don't know what that is, and I'll show you what Club for Growth is. Club for Growth. Okay, this gives you kind of who this is. They are a conservative organization fighting for economic growth together. The Club for Growth is a national network of over 50,000 pro-growth, limited government Americans who share belief that prosperity and opportunity come through economic freedom, which means less regulation. Okay. Let's see more of his stuff. We would be better off seeing it combined. So let's do the whole business. And his top 20 industries are, let's get them. We can get the top 20. Retirees, they gave him 5.4 million. Republican conservative groups. And then down here, securities and investment. Looky what I see. Health professionals. Real estate, leadership PACs, oil and gas, lawyers, gun rights. There are such things in the U.S. Lots of manufacturing, and down here, he's the one that gets $119,000 from pharmaceuticals and health products. And we can look at his top industries. And this is let's get these guys out of here. We can go back. This is campaign committee only. We want campaign and leadership PACs combined. So this is 20 right here. This gives you his top industries, and this gives you his sector totals. Most of it's ideological. I don't see pharmaceuticals here. I do see a lot of finance. And these are the sectors. And again, you can see his biggest one's finance and insurance. So that's how you would do that. I'm going to put this back, and we can take a look. There are ways to see his biggest contributions. Let me get all the way back. Summary. Okay. And he has spent less than he raised, and you can actually get to their contributions if you are careful. And you can see here, most of his stuff is from very wealthy individuals. And we can take a look at it. So they're all getting a lot of money. Let's try another one. This is fun. Okay, I'm looking for another one from a different kind of state. And let's get Susan M. Collins. She's from Maine, and she's a very middle-of-the-road Republican. She's Republican Maine, but she often votes with the Democrats. You get to know this after a while. So let's try Susan M. Collins, shall we? Search Susan M. Collins. There she is. And let's get her summary first. And I think I want to do a little more. I want to get her campaign stuff. Campaign finance summary. There we are. And again, she is on appropriations. She's a ranking member. That's a committee that has the power of the purse strings. So she's up there. And you can tell a lot of this. Can they ask back the money? No. They keep it, and if they have any left over, I think they just keep it, or they give it to someone else to run, usually. And this is interesting. Again, retirees are her biggest industry, and she is getting close to 6 million. And Blackstone Group, that's a corporation that's into all kinds of weird things. She has spent as much as she's raised. She actually spent slightly more. She has some cash left on hand. And that's because they're not always raising money. So these are her top contributors. And this makes a ton of sense when you look at it. Blackstone does military things. Lockheed Martin builds aircraft, and they are out in Washington State. Lockheed Martin builds aircraft. Republican Jewish Coalition, that also makes sense. Charter Community, because Jews tend to be if there are Republicans, tend to be middle of the road. And again, you can see some of these are PACs. National Republican Senatorial Committee, all of that went through a political action committee. Goldman Sachs, a small amount was PACed. Charter Communications, a larger percentage. I don't know what Senior Star is, but it gave $67,000 to her campaign. Let's find out what that is. Google, please. I have no idea what that is, but that's interesting. That's nursing homes. So we'd never have known that. FedEx, public supermarkets. I don't know what Sullivan and there's dental insurance, National Association of Broadcasters. I have no idea. That looks like a law firm. Neuberger Bergman LLC. General Dynamics does military stuff. And again, we can switch this to leadership PACs only and see what she gets. How heavily PACed she is. And this is the DiRiggio PAC. But here you can see various PAC contributors that have come through the leadership PAC. And again, health insurance, broadcasting. I don't see very much pharmaceutical anywhere. But I do see big businesses up to their eyeballs in these people. And again, in the United States, this is perfectly legal and both sides do it. Let's just do one more. And this, I don't know if you were watching, I think you were watching this was our senator from a neighboring state. I'm in Georgia. He is like about 300 miles away in Alabama. He's a former football coach, celebrity, got a big southern drawl, and he approves of corporal punishment. So Mr. Corporal Punishment, let's see him beat out some campaign finance contributions. Okay, he doesn't have that much. He I think is on his first term. So he only has $1 million raised. The top industry is again retirees. Beasley Allen et al. Gave him the money, and I have no idea who they are. But we can find out. Let's copy that. Let's go to Google. They're a law firm. Lawyers, Guns, and Money. Drummond Corporation, which I think Radiance Technologies. I have no idea who these people are. But they're fun to look for. This is big again. What is Radiance Technology? We'll know in a minute. 100% employee owned. Who we are? I have no idea who you are. Employee owned. Radiance is a proud employee owned company. Our culture. What do they do? What we do. 100% Science Technology develops innovative solutions for defense, intelligence, and civilian customers' advanced challenges. We bring together people with remarkable abilities and deep knowledge of customer missions, and then equip them with modern laboratories, tools, and facilities. Our experience spans directed energy, hypersonic, space, aviation, test and evaluation, intelligence, microelectronics. They are a defense contractor, which makes a ton of sense, because I'm going to show you in a minute. We're going to look at Tuscaloosa, Alabama. When you travel on a Greyhound going west, you pass through Tuscaloosa. And if we get down to Tuscaloosa the right way, there is an Air Force base. Northport. Where's the Air Force base? I know there's a VA Medical Center right here. There is I know it's here. There's an airport right there. And we can probably look for, let me get Google up again. U.S. Army ROTC, Fort McClellan, Anniston, Alabama. Okay, 5 active bases. And there's a lot of them in Alabama, as you can see. There's one in Huntsville. There's one near Birmingham. Okay, that's fine. There's one near Birmingham. There's one down in Mobile. And we should have them. Okay, there's an Air Force base in Montgomery, Alabama. There is Fort Rucker in Dale, Alabama. There's Redstone Arsenal. There's Anniston Depot. And the Aviation Training Center in Mobile. So, of course, he's gonna be involved with military contractors. His job is to bring home the bacon. And let's fix this so that it does the pack. Let's get the packs next. I like to see the packs. Okay. Mainly defense. The top contributor was Alabama Power, which is part of Duke Energy. I pay my electric bills to Georgia Power. Living in the South has its advantages, and these are his top contributors through PACs. Alabama Power, Charter Communications, Home Depot, the Porch Band of Creek Indians. I don't know what's going on there. National Association of Convenience Stores. So most of what he gets is defense. Interesting. Okay. And you can do these like endlessly from one to the other. Okay. I am half out of topics here. Yep, a lot of military. Oh yes, all over the place. And there's lots of bases in the South. I used to live in Columbus, Georgia, which is on the border with Alabama, and right down the river was Fort Benning. I've actually been inside Fort Benning a couple of times. Twice I've been in Fort Benning. Okay. We can do one of two things. We can do graphics. We've got some time left. Or we can do graphics, or we can do we can do sovereign citizen movement. And again, this all turned out to be very American tonight for whatever reason. Current events type stuff. And Open Secrets is a great website. We used to have it as a book when I worked in Utica, New York, years and years and years ago. So we could either do graphics or we could do sovereign citizen and taxes. And that's kind of fun. Only because it is such a nasty thing. But it's a bunch of people who think they don't have to pay taxes, a lot of them. But it's very much an American thing. And with an international crowd, I'm going to say let's do graphics. What do you say, Squash? What do you say, Squash and Ghoul? Okay, I'll give you a minute or two. Okay, let's get the graphics. It is. We can do, yeah, and the military buys a lot of stuff, and veterans vote, and so it's, yeah. Now, the military is a very small percentage of the population, and we do not have a draft. That would be a nice topic one night. Conscription, draft, United States. Should we revive the draft? Or national service and United States? Taxes power? Oh yeah, but they always say they want to lower taxes. I have a very fun meme about Donald Trump wanting to lower credit card interest rates. He's busy dismantling the Consumer Finance Protection Board as we speak. Yeah, the political stuff is current events, and we do a lot of it. We even have current events in the K through 12 schools. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget, you can catch me live on Twitch.